Hi there everyone, MVious Cosplay here, and I just want to say thank you for coming back to my channel. Before we begin this week's podcast, I just want to say if you want to support the channel, feel free to hit the Ko-Fi link, and with your donation, we will be able to improve the quality of the show. Thanks for listening and enjoy!
What's up, everyone? This is Off the Runner, a Gundam and Gunpla podcast. And as always, I am your host, MVious Cosplay. And joining me this week is.
This is Edwin Bucket Knight 359.
And DJ will not be with us for a bit, unfortunately, because of work. So in, we will still be here. It's going to be a two-man show for a little bit whenever we can be available. So,
Yes, because adulting.
yeah, definitely. And with me, schooling. So.
Yeah.
Yep. But dude, how have you been? It's been a while since the last time you were on.
Yeah, it's been a while. I think it's been almost a month, I think.
Dang.
I think it's been about, I think I missed the last two. No, I've been good, just busy and life and adulting and just trying to get a whole bunch of stuff done and together during, uh, what's going on in the world right now. So yeah, that's really it. Nothing too exciting, just stuffs.
Yeah. Yep. On the lighter side of things, well,
Hmm.
not exactly light, but still looking for a job, but I have a volunteering opportunity that's opening up soon, so it's
That's
just a
good.
matter of time of when I will be starting and the email. So, and the place is uh understaffed, but once I get there and finish my online training, I will be heading over. So that'll be a start. So that's a
Oh,
good thing.
what will you be doing?
Uh, to a certain aquarium in SoCal.
The one in Long Beach?
Yeah.
Huh. So the Aquarium of the Pacific.
Yep. I'll be going there as a volunteer. So yeah, help take
Huh.
care of the animals and stuff. So
Oh, I
that'll
get
be
to
cool.
play with the otters and the seals and the penguins.
No, not exactly. Not there yet. That's more in the of mam- the mammal side of things, which is not exactly my field of study.
So
uh,
you'll be taking care of the fish.
yes, mostly like I'm gonna be starting the education side, so not exactly in the husbandry or aquarist yet, but I will be speaking on about the fish and all that.
Oh, delightful. So that means you get to play with the sharks then.
Yeah, that's my study.
Ah, delightful. Well,
Yeah.
that sounds fun.
Yep. So that's something exciting and light-hearted despite the very dark and glum situation of the world since March.
Yeah, pretty much. I
You'd
mean,
think we'd be out of it by now.
you know, you'd think, but when it comes to the world and what we're dealing with, it's just like it just kind of has to run its course, and all we have to do is just do what we got to do to survive it, and that's about it.
Pretty
Although
much.
people these days are trying to pretend like it doesn't exist, and it's just like, okay, guys.
Explain the amount of people getting sick and dying, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, I could just tell you some of the conversations I've had with people, and I'm just like, I
Ugh.
don't have enough brain cells for this right now. I'm gonna go and do something productive like sleep. That's preferable.
But in this podcast case, talk about Gundam and mechs and robots.
Yes, this is true.
Yes. Alrighty. So, as always, we are going to start off with some upcoming releases coming out. So, let me do the screen share with you now.
Okay.
Is it sharing the screen?
No. Oh, yes.
Okay, cool. I was just wondering for a second.
I see
Alrighty.
darkness.
So, first
There
of
it is.
all, on USA Gundam Store. And at the moment, nothing Gundam related on the first page. So we're gonna. Oh, I
Oh, there's
think
a Zaku.
yeah. Gil and I
Oh, fish
had talked about
figuration.
this last week. So and since you weren't here, we'll talk about it since you love Zaku's and figures. So
I do.
here it is. This is Char's Zaku 1 from the Origin, and it's a diecast figure.
Nice. I like it's 5% off normal retail, really.
I know, right? But it's still super expensive.
Seriously. I mean, I really like the fixed figuration composites because I have a lot of those in my room.
Mhm.
So I have that's actually really nice. But yeah, but I have I have like the prototype black TriStar Zaku's. I have those.
Okay.
There's an RX-78. It's funny. There was an RX-78 GM hybrid that you
Mhm.
could just take the parts off and you can make either one you want. So that was pretty cool. And they have the Destiny,
Ooh, I
the
like that.
the Infinite Justice, two Zaku's, and something else I can't think of right now. But I really do. Oh, and a prototype Dom.
Nice.
So I really do like. They're really good quality. When I first got mine, I was like, "Oh, this is great. I think I can play with these." No, you can't play with them. They will come apart.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I mean the articulation's great. The armor plating is really cool. It moves and everything. Like when you move, like the armor joints kind of move with it.
Oh
So it
yeah,
kind of yeah,
like right here.
yeah. But the thing is that when you look at that little joint right there, you can actually pop off those armor plates right there
Oh
and show the
boy.
frame. So you can literally just strip the entire suit to down to its frame. And when you pop them on, they're pretty secure. But if you like just start playing with them, it'll fall apart.
And I'm gonna assume if you keep taking the parts off over time, over and over, it's just gonna get loose.
Yeah, I try not to touch mine too much. I think the last time I really touched them was maybe last year when I had to take each one of them off the stand and I had to disassemble them to actually clean them because they
Super
collect.
dusty.
Yeah. So I literally, and the thing about them though is that they really attract dust, so you have to take off each plate and just kind of scrub it to get it off. But it's
Oh man,
very time consuming.
I
But
bet.
it's worth it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And since
When
these are metal figures, I'm gonna assume that majority of the metal is in the frame, huh? I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
own one, so I'm asking you though.
Yeah, they're usually in a frame.
Oh, I see. So
But
it's
they're
for
sturdy
more
though.
stability sake.
Yeah, they're really sturdy though. I mean, they won't arms won't pop off or anything. They're really sturdy for what they are.
Makes me wonder with that Snow White prelude that came out like earlier this year, because with all the wings and all that.
All that.
I mean, like the one that costs close to like $600. I'm like, sheesh, man.
I oh god, that's like two car payments.
It is, and
Um,
I'm like, and that figure is like not even over 7 inches tall. I
I
mean,
mean,
it's
I
the
like to
Wing
have it.
Gundam, and
Right.
pretty much all the iterations of the Wing Gundam are kind of tiny. So it's like, is it worth it?
I mean, I'd like to have it. I'd just be like terrified to touch it.
Yeah, same. Especially
Yeah.
with uh, I think that version of the Wing Zero EW has a lot going on, so I would be too scared to even transform it to even its Neo Bird mode. And the Wing Zero never had a Neo Bird mode, the Endless Waltz version, until
Yeah. No.
that.
Yeah.
So it's like, uh,
I think for that one, you'd probably have to bite the bullet and just kind of buy two.
yeah, and that's like
Because yeah,
that's a lot of money.
yeah, and the fact that I'm pretty sure that if you pop off one piece, they're gonna be like, oh no, we can't replace you. You're just gonna have to buy yourself a whole new suit. So it's
Oh
like,
God, yeah.
I remember the good old days when I first started putting Gundams together. When I was learning how, I had broken and lost a many of pieces, and I'm like, oh, I can just replace the pieces. And that was before they started even remotely offering anything. So I was like, oh, because I think this might make you cry. I broke my Strike Freedom's hand off. I remember when that day I did. I put it together and the damn thing broke apart. And I was like, oh, I can get a replacement. Nope. This was like in 2007.
Oh dang. So it was
Yes.
kind of like in a way, the resurgence of Gundam in a bit, because at that time, um, what series was getting very? I think it was no, not 2007.
No, because Unicorn started coming out in '09.
Yeah, '09
And I
when that
think in
right.
2007, 2008, I want to say Double O.
No, I think Double O is more closer to Unicorn because
They
I
kind
think
of, I
those
think they
came out
kind
at the
of
same
cross over a
time.
little bit. Yeah, and I know 2006 was Destiny.
Yes.
Yeah, 2006 was Destiny. What was in 2007? I should know this, but I
I
don't.
I think there was I think Toonami was still showing some of Destiny at that time.
Yeah, I think it may have just been a lull year,
Yeah.
cause yeah, cause after Destiny, I think it was Double O.
Yeah.
Because I know some of the prior to that. I mean, because you had a lot of the UC stuff come out all at the same time. Because you
Hmm.
had 0079, 0083, 080 MS Team, 0080, all that stuff come out. I think in the 2000s, between 2000 and 2005.
Yeah, because those series were more like mini series, so
Yeah,
not too many episodes going on. So it's like, okay, we can make these maybe in bunches of 3 or 5, and then we could just put them out consecutively or during like in between breaks and all that.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it was just Destiny. I think there was a break because I'm thinking about back when Dynasty Warriors Gundam came out, and each one of them was up to date to the current series. And
Yeah.
I remember when Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3 came out, that was when they had Double O, but 2
Hmm.
didn't have Double O.
Yeah. In 2 it was just up to Destiny,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
3 they barely got Unicorn in there, so it
yeah,
was just the Unicorn, Sinanju, and the Kshatriya
yeah,
as DLC.
and then they put the most, I think it was I think they just put the Double O Riser in there as well,
Yeah,
and the Reborn's
Reborns.
Gundam. Yeah.
And
So
then all
I
the rest of
think
the Double O Gundam team was DLC.
pretty much. I think maybe 2007 may have been like the lull year where there wasn't really anything. It was just they were
I
just
think they
releasing
showed
model kits.
The Astray OVAs on Toonami during that time, but
They
it was
did?
like I think it was poorly advertised.
Huh.
I
I
think
didn't
I'm
know
just
that.
gonna assume that.
The funny thing is, aside from Stargazer, I haven't seen any of the Strays series.
Oh man,
I mean, I've seen my fair share of AMVs and clips, so
yeah,
I know of the suits because I know Stargazer had the Stargazer Gundam and the Strike Noir, and
yeah.
you had the Blue Duel and the Verde Buster,
Hmm.
which were cool suits. But aside from that, yeah, I haven't really seen uh, the actual series itself, but I've seen the
Hmm.
different videos of them. But if you happen to know where I can find them, do let me know.
I will do my best to look for them. I know they exist somewhere. But
I'm sure.
oh man, since you brought up the Blue Duel, rest in peace, Blue Duel.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was bad.
that I think
That was bad.
I think before Unicorn and even the Origin, I think at that time that was the most brutal death in a Gundam. I
I
mean to
think it
get
was may have been the second one because you had Nicole
oh yeah, yeah,
in the
exactly.
Blitz just got yeah, that was
Yeah.
yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, but then like getting your the cockpit battered in like that to the
Yeah.
point that oh god, the fact you see her visor just fill up with blood. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, it's
It's like her
bad.
it's like all the it's like when you grab like a packet of ketchup and just squeeze hard enough, it'll just burst. That's
That's
what
a
I
really great visual, Marvin. Thanks for that. That's
I'm just
beautiful.
that was my assumption of what happened. Like, oh god.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, and not only that, but if you actually kind of just look at Seed when they fired Genesis, like everyone just literally just popped.
Oh god, yeah.
I mean,
Dang.
they were like pop. It's like oh dead. Oh, that's great.
Alrighty,
So
moving on from the composite Sharzaku
I
to we
like how
kind
it
of
went
went
from
off on
I like how you
a
went from a conversation of Zaku to murder.
I know, right?
That's I don't know how that happened.
Gundams for kids. Uh-huh, sure it is.
Yeah,
Depending on what
violence.
series you're watching.
Pretty much. I think the
All
only one you
right.
can probably get away with is probably build fighters. I think that's about it.
Oh yeah, and speaking of build fighters, we got a couple more here. The core Gundam in the G3 color, some parts set, and another recolor of the core Gundam. I think we talked about that a few weeks ago, so we'll move on from that. Hello, hello, Zaku's.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I want that.
I
I
want the
I
Shaw
would
one.
take them. Oh my God, they have an Ed 209 model. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, Gil. Gil and I talked about this last week, so we'll talk
Oh,
about.
that's cool.
It is a model kit.
Oh my God.
It's by Good Smiles, so you know you're getting good quality,
Sure.
and
That is awesome.
it is the classic one, not the trash remake.
It is true. I mean, the detail is actually really good.
I know, but then
Um,
the thing is, it's gonna look like that when you weather it, though.
yeah, I know.
Oh,
Oh wow, the scale. Yeah, that's awesome.
yep.
That's cool. Ed
Like,
209.
you know what? I want both of these. I would love to have both of these.
Hey, I feel you. I mean, part of my time being away was trying to figure out what I want to do with my house now that I've cleaned everything out. So I'm looking into finding some glass cases to
Oh, some
display.
detail shelves.
Yeah, but the problem is that those glass things are just they're
Expensive.
really expensive. Like this, like the regular square. I mean the cube ones that is stacked like I think 4 or 5 high. It's like $200 or $300.
It's just,
Um,
I think it's because the glass. It's all the
I
glass.
guess so. I mean, they look really good, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
I really, it's just glass. Like, why are you doing this to me?
Like, I really want to get those, and just for reference for those who did not know what we were talking about, this is what we talked about. Detail shelves, glass cabinet is what it's called. Yeah, there
Yeah,
we go. So we are basically talking
yeah,
about
there you
these
go.
things, and the cheapest
Ooh,
at IKEA is $60. So,
that was not there last time I looked.
huh. But yeah, I'm thinking about getting one of these eventually because I do have a few 1/6 scale figures now.
Hmm,
So I really want to put them in a nice glass display, but as you can see, they can run for quite a bit. So I
that's
think I'm gonna stick with this one.
insane. I mean, I'm thinking about like I want to get I might get a couple of those, but what I would really need is the one next to it.
This one?
Yeah, that's kind of what I need with the amount of stuff I have because I just don't have Gundam. I mean, I have the Final Fantasy Play Arts,
Ooh,
Kingdom Hearts Play Arts. I have tons of Star Wars stuff, and let's not forget my legions of stormtroopers.
oh
So,
boy.
so it's like I'm like I just want something nice, and it's trying to take my money. Someone help.
We gotta
Um,
start a Patreon account or something.
yes, I should just do that. It's be like, yeah, this isn't for anything important. Just like, yeah, help Edwin fund his nerd habit and help him get shelved. The bonus for being a Patreon is you get socially distanced pictures with my crap. As in
Oh my
socially
god.
distant, as in I'll take a picture of it, then I'll send it to you. Or you send me a picture and I Photoshop you next to it.
Nice. And then you could say it this is mine.
Exactly. It's like, see, here you go. See, you're socially distanced. There you go. Have fun. All right, bye.
Alrighty. Moving back to that. Scrolling down. And this is basically the cream of the crop for me.
Ooh,
Gil and I
nice.
talked about this last week as well, because pre-orders did go up last week. Um, as and I talked to him about me getting the last shooting edition,
Hmm.
but with the way things are for me right now, I'm gonna stick with the standard. But
They both look awesome.
they really do,
That is awesome. That is cool.
right? And as a bonus, you get parts to do this,
Oh, that's cool. The final
right?
scene.
The last shot.
Okay, that is cool. That is actually worth it. That is awesome.
Yep,
It's like they just said, we're just gonna give you something to make the most iconic scene in all of Gundam.
yep. In all of the Universal Century, this scene.
Long time ago in 2009, I actually found somebody who cosplayed as the damaged RX-78. It
Nice.
had no arm, it had no head, and literally it was a little bit bigger because of what he was doing, because
Mhm.
he had no head, but literally he just stood there and raised the gun, and that's all he had to do. And I'm just like, this is
Nice.
this is the greatest thing ever. And he just stood there and just he just owned everyone just with his presence, and I'm just like, good on you.
Was this at Anime Expo?
Yes, it was.
Dang, dude.
It
I
was
wasn't
'09
even
wasn't the greatest year, but yeah, that's what happened.
I wasn't even in the community yet at that time. I didn't even know about cons or anything like that yet.
I forget you're a child.
I didn't enter the con scene until 2011.
A few years before, yeah. I started going to cons in 2008. I didn't start cosplaying until 2011, actually. Funny enough.
Nice.
Anime LA was my first ever con. Well, I went to Anime LA. I think that was like my fourth ALA, and I was like, I'm gonna cosplay, and thank God there are no pictures of it because it was so bad. Because I think everyone's first cosplay is always like shit unless you really
Yeah.
know what you're doing. So my first cosplay was Tiki from freaking crap. I can't think of the name of it. Uh I'll think of it later because it's right on the tip of my tongue. Um oh god, I can't think of it. I am that old right now. D Gray Man. There we go.
Oh, okay. I kind
Yeah.
of know that series.
Yeah, it was Tiki from D Gray Man, and Tiki had a few different uh forms. So I think I just took black slacks, dress shoes, and uh uh a dress shirt, and I just put like the little crosses on my forehead. And I was like, all right, I'm Tiki. I walked in there, no one gave a crap.
Oh.
I walked into the D Gray Man. I went to the D Gray Man photo shoot, and they were just like, "Are you lost?" And I'm like, "Oh God." And I was like, "Oh, this is what makes a person never want to cosplay again." So
Dang,
then
dude.
after that day, I was like, "Never again."
That's a lot of effect parts.
Seriously.
It says here that these parts are specifically for the real grade RX-78 However, I think because majority of the pieces are just for like the battle damage head and as well as is that an extra hand? It does look like a
Looks
trigger
like it.
finger,
Yeah.
but I think this effect part here, the
It's
blast
supposed
effect,
it's
can
supposed to
attach
attach,
to
yeah, to the
yeah,
beam rifle.
but I think you could attach this to any beam rifle for the RX-78 in the high grade scale and real grade.
Makes sense.
So I think this could be compatible with the RX-78 the Origin Edition's beam rifle. Maybe, since they pretty much are just the same thing.
If it's the same dimensions, then yeah, it should fit.
Yeah.
And if not, some, a little bit of very subtle glue could fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, moving on from the Xeon.
I was hoping I get a chance to actually see the Gundam fight in Origins, but considering what it
Ah,
was, oh my God, wait, go back up, Arkham Knight, go back up,
go back up.
Arkham Knight, click it,
What?
Arkham Knight,
Oh, Arkham Knight.
yes.
Oh, oh snap!
Oh,
It's
wow,
it's an action figure
that is cool.
by Flame Toys, the same company that makes the Transformers models.
Oh, that's cool. It's funny because I'm actually playing Arkham Knight right now.
How far in are you?
I just Poison Ivy just died.
Dude, legit, I started crying at that point. I was like, no, not my DC waifu.
Good God, Marvin. But yeah, so that was yeah. I was just playing before I left home today, and I'm like, oh, this is convenient, but this is. Can you zoom in on one of these things?
uh,
Or that's all
I
the. I'll probably just look at it on my own. But that is nice.
yep, this is very stylized.
Yeah, this is what I need for not for $215 freaking dollars, but yes,
Let's see how tall this thing is.
7.2.
7.2
Not
inches.
bad. Not
Yeah,
bad.
that's not bad, but for that much of a price for a
I
7 inch
agree,
figure, that's
and
like,
it's plastic.
yeah, it's plastic and it is not even 1/6 scale. This is usually a 1/6 scale price figure.
Hmm. Maybe they're just banking on the fact that it's
Batman.
Arkham Knight's
It's
Batman. Someone's gonna
Batman.
do it, and I'm just
It's a
like,
Batman thing. People are gonna buy it.
yeah. I mean, I flipped out just now, but I'm just like, this is great. Not for that, but this is great.
Yeah. Hmm.
Plus, this is one of those moments where I just wish I won a lottery and not have to worry, because
Right?
I'm like, oh yeah, this is a terrible
Oh,
buy. Yeah,
speaking of the game Arkham Knight,
yes.
my next cosplay is not Arkham Knight, but Red Hood.
You're doing the Arkham Knight Red Hood?
Yeah.
Nice. I actually want to do Arkham Knight now. Now that I've seen videos of the game, and after playing the game now, I'm just like, oh, I really, really wanna like cosplay this guy because he's cool, he's awesome, he's badass, and the fact that armor and helmets are kind of my thing.
Nice.
Are they
Like going off
selling?
on a bit of a tangent,
Hmm?
when Arkham Knight was coming out, like DC and Jeff Johns are saying, "Oh no, the Arkham Knight's not Jason." And I'm like, "It's him. Why are you lying through your teeth, man?"
Yeah, it's one of the things where it's just no, it's not Jason. It's like, please, sir, don't insult my intelligence. Don't
Like
do that.
this, like the initial reveal of the Arkham Knight in the trailer when he's jumping down from the sky and shooting at Batman. I'm like, that's Jason Todd.
Yeah, if you not only that, but if you look at the last Red Hood movie, which was a fantastic movie, by the
Oh
way.
yeah,
If you look at their combat style, kind of the same too.
pretty much.
But I mean, yeah, awesome character, awesome design. I love it.
Yeah,
When cons start back up again, I might commission someone to make this for me. Because I remember
very nice.
when this game came out, I was like, I want to get the game, but I didn't have a PS4 at the time.
Right.
So I was like, well, crap. So I just got on PS4 last year. Then, Hell started this year, and I'm like, well, I'm going to be home for a while. I might as well just download some crap. So this was one of
And
them.
then in the middle of this, how like, hey guys, PS5.
Yeah, and I'm just like, seriously? Like, I just got the damn thing last year, and I'm like, God Almighty.
When did the
Um,
PS4 come out? It doesn't seem that long ago.
I was not working at my current job. I was at my last job when it came out. So I'm thinking 15 or 16.
That's not even. Oh my God.
I could be wrong. It may have been 14 because I remember I got my PS3. Oh man, like 2010, 11 maybe.
I got mine in 2009.
Yeah, I think I got
And
mine a
then the
couple years after that.
PS4 came out like what?
I think in 14
Yeah, that wasn't even
or
that long ago.
15. I want to say 15.
Well, at least it's not like the case with phones, like, oh, you just get it, and then they announce the next one already.
Yeah, I know, right? But I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I mean, I have to say though, for Xbox though, I saw the new Xbox and I was just like, they turned the Xbox into a Borg cube. That's great. I mean, I really just kind of want to get it and then have just put Borg decals on it just to have it.
Nice.
And you're like, oh, it's just a Borg cube. That's funny. I'm like, yes, it's hilarious and I like it. Leave me
Oh
alone.
man. All right, let's see. Moving on from that.
Are they actually
Uh,
selling the logos?
yes.
I was looking at that. I'm like, wait a minute, what is that?
I think these are just display logos for like collections and all that. Like, oh, this is my UC area. This is my unicorn area. And I think the last time you were on the show on Big Bad Toy Store, they had one for Wing. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna get that.
Interesting.
I mean, it's just a plaque.
Yeah. Well, I guess something that's nostalgia. I mean, if I had that, I'd probably end up putting it on my desk or something.
Hmm. Alrighty, let's
With
see.
Waza.
Moving on.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
we got a cross silhouette of the. Oh no, EX
Let's see.
standard.
That's
This
nice.
line did not do good.
Yeah, it looks good though.
It does look good, but from what I recall from reviewers of this specific SD line, it had a lot of problems.
Just its design and everything.
I think mostly model kit engineering wise.
Uh, well, I guess when you miniaturize something, I mean, there are going to be some problems to it.
True, true.
You
But
know, because
then with the current line, the SD cross silhouette, it's a lot better than this line.
uh,
So they did some stuff that made it so much better, I think. I still have to get a cross silhouette kit, but from what I heard on some Facebook group that I'm on for Gundam, yeah, from what they've told me about the X standard, it's
mhm.
not that good.
Ouch. Alrighty, that's good to know.
Alrighty, so dodging that bullet there, let's see. This Gundam is the Gundam New Type. It's from Bill Divers. Really cool design.
It is. I really need to watch that show. I don't know why I haven't. I don't know
I've
why I
only
haven't
watched up
watched
to
it.
3 episodes at the beginning of our whole podcast, and I haven't caught up since.
I need because I saw Build Fighters and Build Fighters Try, and that's where I stopped. I've seen some
Because it's
clips
like, where
of
could you go from here?
well, I mean, I've seen some clips of Build Divers. I'm like, oh, it looks good, but it's more like you see it and you're like, oh, this is great. I'm gonna watch it. But then over the course of your day and your week, you're like, I want to watch it, but at the same time, do I really feel like sitting down and binging this?
Okay, so let me tell you the gist of Build Divers and Build Divers Re-Rise. So with Build Fighters as well as Build Fighters Try, it was kind of like a Yu-Gi-Oh style tournament.
Well, I know with Build Divers, it's more so virtual reality, or it's more like
Yeah, like
it's more like an MMO or something.
yeah, like Sword Art and Dot Hack.
Yeah, and I think that's awesome. That's cool. I just need to sit down and watch the damn thing.
Same.
So, but yeah, I like the concept though because it's the next
The next
evolution.
level,
Yeah,
basically.
and then if you apply dot hack and sword art concepts to it, and there you go.
Mhm. Alrighty. So, oh, there we go. Something of Wing. Well, I think we talked about this a few months ago,
Yeah, we
but
did.
the heavy arm's coming out. So, it, I remember the pre-orders were saying October. So, maybe
Hmm,
sometime later this month it'll come out.
maybe so.
Oh, I talked to someone on the Facebook group that I had mentioned,
Hmm.
and I said, so we had not seen any news for the HG Talgis kits, so 1, 2, and 3, as well as the Epion. But then we got Leo's, we got Wing Zero, Sandrock, the Maganet Core kits, and now we're getting Heavy Arms. So my assumption next is we're either going to get Death Scythe or Death Scythe Hell, or we're going to get Shenlong or Ultron, the TV versions,
Hmm.
before we get the villain mobile suits.
Yeah, but stand to reason. It makes sense. They're just slowly working their way through the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Makes sense.
when they released Wing Zero, I think just last year, the TV version, I was assuming they would put out Epion right away because like, oh, you got to have those two for sure.
Right.
But no word on that yet.
Well, I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah,
They're probably
eventually.
just it's probably just kind of slow now, but I'm sure they have some type of grandiose plan to release them.
And then jokes on all the Wing fans. Oh, sorry, but Gundam Epion will be a Gundam base exclusive, so you can't go to Japan. Oh well.
Yeah, true. I like how there's a cup of noodles there.
A couple what?
There's a cup of noodles.
Oh yeah, that's just odd.
I am amused.
Oh, I don't think you saw these yet, but the
Uh,
official
oh
photos
my.
of the Verka had come out.
Oh, hello.
Yep. Uh,
Nice.
Gil and I talked about this last week as well. Unlike the real grade, we do have some actual color separation in the blue. So we
Oh,
have a royal blue and a navy blue going on.
nice. I like. I like it finally has a shield now.
I know, right? I mean, well, the first time we saw the Wing Zero EW have a shield was the high res,
Yeah.
and that was a mess. I could barely even attach the shield on because it's just so flimsy.
Nice.
And here it is in the Neo Bird mode.
I like that. That looks cool. It works. It works for what it is.
I honestly prefer this look down here more than that.
Yeah, I like the bottom better. Yeah, it looks good. I like that. That's cool. That's
I'm gonna assume this is more like the attack mode, and this is the atmospheric reentry mode.
maybe so. I'm thinking the top looks more like a cruise mode, honestly, but we'll see. But it looks good. I like it.
Got a shot of the classic shot,
Yeah, I do approve of this.
and here it is, that gimmick, the collapsible twin buster rifle hiding inside the outer wing.
That is nice, and that makes a lot of sense. It answers that one question: where does he keep his Buster rifle? Well, now we
Right?
know, and it makes sense though. Yeah, that's
I
that's
really
definitely.
want to see the stability of this wing on the attachment point, though. Like, how stable is this?
I It looks like it looks like the gun's a little bit heavier than the wing, but I think it shouldn't be too heavy. You probably have to be careful in what pose you put it in though, because of
Oh
the
yeah,
weight.
definitely.
But I like it. I like the whole idea behind it. It's like, yeah, it's in the wing. It's like, huh, makes sense.
Yep. But then there will always be that one fan. It's like it didn't hold the wings in endless waltz when it opened up its wings after activation. They weren't there.
Yeah, that's when you just give him that look, and it's just like, okay, all
Can
right,
you
bruh.
not?
All right,
Can you
bruh.
not?
Exactly. So like, you didn't do that in the anime. It's like, this isn't the anime, is it? Or the anime did this. It's like, all right, bro, we're gonna have to escort you out the room now. We respect your opinion. Just
Even though
get
it's
out.
wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, I do believe that's
Ooh,
all the what?
Black War Greymon.
Ooh,
Now this is interesting. Oh wow,
and this
he's
is
a
a
little.
figurized model kit.
Wow, he's a little. He's not. He's a little. I guess. Chubby because he's supposed to be like a little bit taller than that, but I see what they did. That's still nice though.
He seems
That
kind
is
of stubby.
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, he because a regular Black Grandma's taller.
Yeah,
He's more lean, but that's still nice. I like that. That's cool.
more like Swolemon.
Seriously. Yeah,
He's looking
I
really swole.
yeah, I'd actually get that and put that there. That's cool. I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think the only Digimon kit that I would get though would probably Omegamon.
I
That
can see
cape
that.
though.
I
That
can see
cape.
that. I can definitely see that.
Alrighty, and no one gives a crap about Jiren. He sucked.
No one
Um,
likes Jiren.
I mean, look at his design. It's so boring. It's like it's
Yeah.
it's like a shade darker than Frieza.
I mean, I think it's just 'cause I have a lot of figure arts from Dragon Ball Z, Ale or Super, like that Goku right there. I have.
Nice.
I would get this just to add to that collection. Honestly, that would just be what I would do. Do I like it? Eh, but it would work really well with the ones I have, which I think is probably what they're going for because Jesus,
Yeah.
God Almighty.
Like the only figure arts I have from Dragon Ball is Goku Black.
Gee, really? That's such a surprise, Marvin.
Yeah, the
Um,
guy that cosplays him would definitely not have it.
Wait, go back further
Yeah,
real
hold on.
quick.
What's up?
Click on the Megatron.
What the? What
I
kind
was,
of version of Megatron is this?
I'm. That's Megatron.
I I guess
He from a distance. Wow,
he has a sniper.
from a distance he looks like Starscream.
I
But
I thought it
it's
was like this is giving me Strike Freedom vibes.
yeah,
Not gonna lie.
I'm sure down boy. Um, wow, huh?
Oh my god, he even
Oh, he has
has
his gun.
a P. Walter 34. Wow.
You know, I have to say, I think I kind of like this.
I'm gonna assume this does not transform.
Oh, he has this. Oh, wow. He actually holds his Energon mace.
And it's an actual mace, not
Yeah. I like
energy.
this. I
This
like
is
the
an
t-
interesting
I like the
take.
take on it. This is
Okay,
nice.
he's got the fusion cannon. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I like this. This is cool.
You
It's a
know,
different take on it, but this is nice.
I am getting last night vibes.
What?
I'm getting vibes from his design from Transformers The Last Night.
No, I'm gonna disagree with you on that one because he was more. Let's see, not
Oh,
so
okay,
much.
that's cool. Now
Actually, you
that's
know
the
what?
traditional look.
Okay, that's awesome. It's kind of funny. He reminds me of it's a transform I have right now. I forget what it's called. I got him years ago. I gotta think about it. But they took some design cues from some stuff in the past. But oh, okay, that's him without his equipment.
Nice.
I really like that. That's cool.
I think I display him with just the fusion cannon.
Yeah. I think it depends on what pose you put him in. But
Yeah.
my question is,
Oh.
okay, that's
So that's him fully
nice.
decked out.
Seriously,
How
that is
tall is
nice.
this? 8.26 and oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, I'm looking at that price. But here's my question. If they did Megatron, and that's number 5, I wonder what else is in this line.
They did a few. I think they did Optimus Prime, Drift, Tarn, and I forgot what number 4 was.
I'm hoping they did Starscream.
Yeah, I think they did. I don't know.
I think I'm gonna actually write that down right now because I'm gonna actually
Let
on
me
my
go
own.
back to it.
No, I see it right there. I'll write this down real quick because I am going to look this up on my own time and probably not pay some bills because I'm gonna make a really stupid buy. I can already see it coming because I mean, Megatron's great, Optimus is great, but if they have all 3 of them, Edwin might just make a real stupid ass buy.
I'm gonna assume that the Optimus Prime had a variant of like an event exclusive somewhere, sometime, and it was Nemesis Prime.
Wouldn't be surprised. I've seen some variants of Nemesis Prime, which are actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I still need to get another G1 model kit of Optimus Prime and do him in the Nemesis Prime scheme.
That'd be cool.
I mean, it's not that hard. I just need to spray paint some parts black and teal, and I'm good to go.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, I think that's all the new stuff coming out from in terms of Gundam per se on USA Gundam Store. So getting out of there. And here we have Big Bad Toy Store. And this came out, I think, the news
Oh,
this past weekend.
the Phoenix.
The perfect grade 160 scale Gundam Phoenix from Narrative in chrome gold
Nice.
and with LED unit.
$120 non-refundable
Oh
down
my,
payment
oh
required.
jeez.
Jesus Christ. Estimated to arrive March 2021. Good God, man.
That's like a quarter of rent, basically.
That is 200. Let's just say that's a good chunk of my mortgage.
Yeah.
That's a no.
You're paying for the gold chrome for sure.
That actually exceeds the limit of one of my credit cards. That's insane.
Oh my god.
That's how bad that is. I'm just like, good God.
I mean, someone somewhere has that money and they're gonna use it.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Wow.
That is nice.
It
That
does
is
look pretty
beautiful.
though. But my biggest concern is this gonna be undergated? Will there be tons of nub marks? Because
Looking
once
at
you
it,
cut that piece off the plastic runners, it's gonna be a very nasty nub mark. And if you sand it, you will ruin the finish.
I think it's 50-50 because on one hand, they could be like, we're going to make it easy for the build. On the other hand, it's just like, nah, let's make them suffer.
Let's make them regret buying this as they build it.
Pretty much.
I mean, I'm sure that they made a standard version with just regular gold color plastic, not chrome, and you could just do it yourself.
Good luck.
I
Have
know,
fun with
right?
that.
With
That's
all the
just,
small pieces.
seriously.
Alrighty, moving on to something else. This is the high grade. Oh man, this price point for a high grade. Oh, no wonder. It's probably a P Bandai exclusive kit that Big Bad Toy Store has the distribution rights to.
Yeah.
So this is the Hazenthley Raw 2. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but look at that interesting V-fin.
It kind of reminds me of the double X a little bit.
Oh yeah, I can kind of see it.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Oh, that is a chunky high grade.
Funny story about this particular the Hazen. I long time ago out of a little one of those little dispensary machines. I was at an anime store and I got one, and I got a little hazel. I'll take a picture and send it to you later. But
Okay.
it's tiny, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So I actually, before I went and ordered my D&D figure, I was using it for Dungeons and Dragons for my character.
Nice.
So yes, they're like, we can't have a Gundam. I'm just like, are you gonna stop me? No, you're not. So okay. So yeah, for a very long time, I was rolling with a Gundam on the D&D mat, and it was awesome, and I just dared people to say anything about it.
Nice.
I loved it. It made me feel better about myself.
One of the coolest things I dig about this design is the Titan's color.
Oh yeah,
Very interesting.
it's always been a very that whole line of suits in the series has always been a little bulky.
Yeah,
So
the advance
it
of Z.
figures. Yeah, it figures, but it's good though. I like it.
Mhm.
I know how they redid the shield that the original version had.
Hmm, interesting. Alrighty, moving on. Oh, fun fact, I actually canceled my pre-order of this thing.
I think hell just froze over. Why did you do that, Marvin?
Well, because my Gunpla shelves are actually out of room now. And
That's a good and bad thing to have happen to you.
yeah, true, true. And I pretty much I think my Wing Zero set or
Mm-hmm.
collection per se because I have the high res 1 to 100th plated Wing Zero. I have all three in 1 to 144 scale, the Wing triplets, so Wing Gundam Verkal real grade, high grade Wing Zero TV version, and real grade Endless Waltz. So the evolution is pretty much done, and I now had gotten the uh, Snow White Wing Zero model kit from Supernova. So it's like the final version of Wing Zero. I built it, and then that's that. So I think the wings are pretty much done until I make the custom of the Code Geass one that I told you about a few months ago.
Hmm. Hmm, nice. Very
And for those
nice.
of you that do not know, I'll bring it up on the screen right now. This was,
You like wing stuff, huh?
yeah.
Hmm.
So this is the Wing Zero Rebellion for a collab for one of the SD Gundam games in Japan, in which they did a collab with Code Geass, and then Zero just happened to get his hands on a Wing Zero and did it in his colors.
That's awesome. Kind of reminds me of one of the it was like a modified Wing Zero from if you remember the game uh uh God it's like SD Gundam Saga or something like that. MS
Oh,
Saga?
MS Saga. Yeah, you
Yeah,
told us
MS
about that
Saga.
a while ago.
Yeah, it looks exactly like that, which is
Interesting.
very interesting. Matter of fact, I'm actually
Because
gonna.
MS Saga is super old,
Yeah, I was
and they
I.
just did this year.
Well, MS Saga came out when I first started working at Fry's
Oh man, that's a
Electronics
long
back in
time ago.
2000. It was like 2006. Yeah.
Okay, this I can tell someone modified and painted a custom of the high res kit. That looks intimidating. Very intimidating looking mobile suit.
Really does. I'm trying to see if I can actually find a good. This game is so old, it is hard to find a good picture of this thing.
Oh yeah, MS Saga definitely. When you
Like,
told me about that game, I think in the earlier episodes of the show, I tried looking it up on eBay and good god, the price of that game.
yeah, I mean, at the time, I mean, I still say it's one of the best games out there. And God, I'm just looking at this and I'm looking at the graphics. I'm like, God Almighty, this is hard trying to find this because I
Oh
see a couple,
jeez.
but they look like I see a couple, but they look like garbage.
Oh yeah,
Actually, you know what?
very
You
bad
know what?
quality images.
You know what? I think I may have. Okay, I think I may have found one. All right, I think I may have found one. I think. Oh wait, this is on YouTube. Oh, this stuff's on YouTube. Jesus.
So MS Saga is all SD.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah, pretty
I was always
much.
under the impression it was like actual full-on mobile suit designs.
No, they're all SD, but you could. You could modify them. You could like
What
the
the
like
heck?
okay, yeah, see now what you do is, my God, it takes me back. Okay. Basically every suit, they have, I think at the time it went all the way up to, I think, Gundam Wing, but they had the double Zeta, all that kind of stuff, and you could mix and match armor plating. Like you see, like the Regal thrusters, Wing Gundam arms, Zeta
Yeah,
booster in the back, and every suit has like this equipment grid, and it's like a big. Actually, it looks and it's about the size of a runner. And now that I think about it, and you can fit as many weapons as you can as long as it fits in there.
in that
So
grid.
in that grid, yeah. So like the bat cannons, the two beam cannons on the side, those weapons there, they're of a certain size. Like for example, the Zeta Gundam's rifle and the Wing Zero's Buster rifle, obviously
Right.
they're big weapons. So you have to fit them on there.
Mhm.
So the concept was really good. And there was for me there were actually some suits that I was like, well, what does this do? Like for example, I didn't know what an R Jarja was until I saw R Jarja shoulder pads. I'm like, what the crap is that? And I looked it up and I was like, oh, okay. Now I know what an R Jarja is. It's a suit from Double Zeta.
Okay.
Yep. So I mean, yeah, you could. I mean, I remember you can get the Gundam, and I sent you something. That's the best picture I could find of it.
Okay.
But yeah, like yeah, I think what those are, Gelgoog legs. Heavy arms is
I think
yeah,
these are
Gelgoog.
Dom legs,
No, I think they're Gelgoog
and we
legs.
got the heavy arms is
Yep,
a
and
Gatling
they
gun.
look like the shoulder pads from Double Zeta. Got a shoulder mounted beam cannon, and that's a oh, this takes me back. Okay, that's not a beam saber. That's a beam pick.
Oh, a beam pick.
A beam
Okay.
pick. It's literally like a beam dagger, because you have a
Okay.
beam dagger, then you have a beam. Then you get the
Saber.
beam saber, and I think those arms. I think those are camphor arms.
Yeah, I'm getting camper vibes from the blue.
Yeah, so I think those are camphor arms. But I mean, I highly I mean, if you could play the game, and oh my God, this is really just taking me back because I remember all of these. But yeah, if you can get a hold of the game and play it, it's not the perfect game,
Right.
and you can get stuck because I remember I had to beat the Shining Gundam. No, I had to beat Burning Gundam. That was not fun.
Did
And
he
I
just
think
Goku all over you, basically?
pretty much. But I think the worst fight I had in this was versus the Alpha Zero. Was the worst.
Oh.
It was the worst fight, and because there was like this gauntlet where you had to fight all the mobile armors, right? And I don't remember what the third one was, but in that fight you had Big Zam. I think in the beginning you had something in the middle, and then you had the
Is
Alpha
this what you
Zero.
just sent me?
Yep, that's it.
That is scary.
Yeah, and
I
imagine playing this game for the first time and you see that thing come down. You're just like, what the hell is that?
just
But
looking at it, I'm hearing one winged angel playing in the background.
I know, right?
Oh
Seriously.
my
And Advent Children
god.
had just come out during this time. So I was like, oh, okay. But if you look at the design and look at what they did with Code Geass, you can see the similarities.
Oh yeah,
That's why when
definitely.
I
I
said
can
told
see
you
it
guys a
now.
long time, like when you showed me that, I'm just like, did they jack this from MS Saga? I mean, I know they own it, but I'm like, they just jacked it from MS Saga. So that's why I'm just like, no, they couldn't have done that. But apparently they jacked the color scheme and everything.
They just added a bit more gold,
Yeah. So I mean, it's impressive. I mean, I'm not knocking them for it. I mean, hell, if you own the property, you own the property.
right?
Um, yeah. So
Oh man, that brings me back to the last time you were on the show and you were talking about build fighters and like just the fact that you could put anything on
oh
a
yeah,
Gundam, and you said, imagine having a Zaku but with the burning fingers. I'm
that
like,
the
oh my
greatest thing.
god.
I mean, the first episode, I almost got up and walked out the room when the GAN blew up Wing Gundam. I almost walked out the room. I'm just like, I can't believe this. This isn't real. I don't like this. This that can't happen. This whoever say Lori, whatever her name is, you suck. So I, I had to really suspend
Th-
my. It's a great series. I had to suspend my disbelief. I'm just like, okay,
There was a
because
lot of good funny moments in that show too.
Yeah, there were, and then you had like the running gags with Yanko. Like seriously, who names their child Yanko?
I know, right? You must
And
really
then
love the Gan that much.
apparently so, but they kept the theme, so it was like okay, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so if you can find MS Saga, actually, I still have it on the PS2. Um,
Ooh, I gotta play that sometime. It's like, hey, Edwin, can I come over just to play MS Saga?
yeah, we can have a socially distanced day. I just wonder. I know my PS2 still works. Just kind of wonder if my memory cards still function.
Mine too. Mine works. I was just using it yesterday to play Predator Concrete Jungle.
Oh, nice. I last time I turned mine on was um last year, which funny enough, I popped it in. I was playing Budokai 3. I was
Nice.
I was playing Federation, no, Gundam versus Zeta Gundam. I popped in Psionic Front and Time Splitters.
Nice. That's a title I haven't heard in a long time.
Oh man, Time
Time
Splitters
Splitters.
is like some. I think the best the best one of the best. First of all, it's a fantastic game. I was unhappy because they didn't either do a remake or do a Time Splitters 3 for Xbox. Um,
Oh.
or for PlayStation. I was really sad because it was a fantastic game. But someone once said that it's a poor man's Halo. Um,
Aw.
which is not a which I'm just like it's kind of funny when you mention it. But it's a solid game, and then the fact that if you ever look up Time Splitters, the one thing about it, if you ever look up Time Splitters, look up the announcer because the
Okay.
announcer is hilarious. It's like like in Halo, you have like Overkill, Kilimanjaro,
Oh yeah.
or they're like Headshot, that.
Gained the lead, lost the
Yeah,
lead.
exactly. So the Times Splitters announcer would be like, a headshot is like lobotomy. And then someone gets blown up. He's like, ooh. And then there was one, oh yeah, because you can play as the monkey, and if you kill the monkey too many times, he'll be like animal cruelty. So, I mean, he just has you, he he just has you rolling the whole time. So, I think that's probably what they meant. But if you can ever find Time Splitters, like I highly recommend you get it and play it. It is one of the greatest games. It's so underrated for what it was.
Alrighty. I'll be sure to check that onto my eBay queue then to look for it.
I like how this whole podcast just gone in every direction.
I
Almost.
know, especially for today.
Hey, it's a Gundam podcast, but at the same time, we're nerds, so it still
Yeah.
falls into the category.
Whoa. That's interesting.
Yeah, I see it too.
Gundam,
It's a high
the
new Gundam.
Hainu in
Yeah,
clear.
yes, that's
All
the one
clear.
with that's the one with the heavy, the big rifle and the heavy armor, isn't it?
Yeah, the heavy weapon system.
Yeah, yep, that's it with the big ass
That
shit.
is bizarre.
That is, because I have this one. Funny thing is, I have the fixed figuration of this
Hmm.
in my room,
And
and
that's in full color, right?
yeah, it's white. Yeah, it's white. And the gun, actually, matter of fact, the gun is so big that I have to like have the gun aiming down because it can't stand up with the gun holding up. So the gun actually holds it up.
Yeah. Holy crap, this is just so
Uh,
odd.
I think this may have been something that they could have just left alone.
Or
I
at
think,
least put some more color, like on the V fin at least.
yeah, it looks kind of cheap.
Yeah. Oh my god, this looks
Yeah.
weird and
God forbid you drop this thing on a white floor.
oh no, or a
I
white
mean,
table.
seriously, or you try to put this thing together on anything white. Good luck.
Oh man.
I mean, I think if you can maybe strip the armor plating off, then maybe you can like just say, "Oh, here's a frame."
Yeah, but the fact this entire thing is mostly very fragile, clear, colorless plastic.
Edwin does not approve.
The Edwin disapproval stamp.
Yeah, I
The
don't.
seal
Yeah,
of disapproval.
yeah, it's the seal of disdain. I don't
Yeah,
approve of
I
this.
don't like this.
No, this is not a suit that Edwin would put himself in debt for. And this is not worth me going into debt and
Is
potentially
this one
jacking up.
though?
Yes, I would happily go into debt and possibly destroy what little progress I've made on fixing my credit score. That is, my God, that's beautiful.
Glorious.
Jesus. Oh, that is wunderbar. I've always loved Zazabi. That's awesome.
Alrighty. Moving on. There is some more stuff that. Where did it go? I know it's here somewhere.
Was that a crossbones? Yes,
Yep,
it
it's a
was.
crossbone.
Ooh.
Oh, we're on the second page. No wonder. Here we go. So I was wondering why things were not looking right. All right,
Mm.
so um, we talked about the Xeon ones last time you were here,
I
but
got the
now they're
Federation
making
ones.
Federation.
Okay, that's cool.
And
That is awesome.
I talked with Gil about this last week because they released it 2 weeks ago, the pre-orders.
Mhm.
But this dude here, when I go to the pic of just the male soldier, doesn't he look like Lupin the Third with that pompadour?
Yeah, he does. He. I wonder if that was on purpose.
Maybe because I think Lupin the Third came out, the very first series of Lupin the Third, I think came out closely after or during the same time as Universal Century. The first.
I would probably have to take your word on that one, but not surprising. But that's cool. You have that set up. You might get them in a Xeon, and you have them set up in like a little diorama. That'd be pretty cool.
Yep.
Like they have little fire and rations and stuff.
Yep. See, doesn't he look like Lupin?
He really does. See, what good setup is that you have them camping out, but then you have like the Xeon soldiers, like in sniping positions in the forest.
Oh, that would be so cool.
They have helmets. Earth Federation ground forces, gotta love them.
Yep. But from what I remember watching in the original Gundam series when Amuro tries to find his mom
Hmm.
on Earth, and then in the house there's like just a bunch of drunk, raging Federation soldiers. I'm like, man, these guys suck.
Yeah, pretty much.
And compared to like what I saw about the Xeon soldiers in the Origin, like, man, Xeon seems much more tame. What the hell?
Well, I mean, it was just an air of arrogance with the Earth Federation, and then the war started, and they're just like, "Oh crap!"
True.
It's like, and also like with the war starting, now is that what that mindset was? It's like Earth Federation thought that they owned and ran everything, and then Xeon was just like, "Okay, you take that, and then I raise you colony drop."
Oh no. Alrighty. Moving on downward. Oh, this wasn't
Oh, must be
here last time.
Cow Gundam.
I do not want to butcher the pronunciation of this, but very interesting. I'm
Why do
getting,
they call it Cow? I mean, this is a Dynasty Warriors reference or what?
I think so, or
It's
like
I
some.
like it though.
Yeah, I do like it, but I'm getting like those current SD Gundams when they look very samurai looking.
Yeah,
I'm getting a vibe this is one of them, but upscaled into an actual design of a model kit of a Gundam.
I like the design though. I
I
really
love the
like it.
sword.
I do too. It's very yeah, it's very
Very Dynasty
yeah,
Warriors.
it is. It's very maybe that's why they call it because Cao was the leader of I think it was Wei. It's very but then again, it looks like it's more the armor is reminiscent of more samurai armor
Yeah,
and
than Chinese.
Dynasty Warriors was Chinese.
Yeah,
It's still nice though.
it
I
is.
would love to see that animated. That is beautiful.
Oh, this was me
Oh
and Gilbert
yes,
talked about
look.
this.
What the hell is that?
Apparently, it's from
Oh,
Zeta.
it looks like a prototype of the Ksatria or the Queen
Looks like a
Manta.
yeah. This looks like a prototype of the Queen Mantha for sure.
Yeah, because yeah, it looks like or something that they may have designed stored it away, made the Quinn Mantha, and then said, "Okay, let's take the Quinn Mantha." And
Horseshoe
it's
crab.
it's a mobile armor. Jesus.
Horseshoe
Okay.
crab of death.
Well, actually, you know what? Go back to the next one. That one, no, the one next to it. Yeah, that one. No, next one. In that pose, it kind of reminds me of the Nightingale. A little bit.
You know what reminds you more of the Nightingale? The back piece.
You're right. It does. It really does. It's amazing how when you look at these things, you can see how older
Similarities.
designs influences newer designs.
Yeah. I love this pose.
I do too. I
Something
mean,
about it.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't really like the suit design. I appreciate its design. I appreciate its aesthetics.
Mhm.
Um, it's not for me, but I appreciate its design. It's a nice design suit, and you can see kind of where they got the inspiration, and then why they decided to make it, but also what it eventually turns into.
Yeah.
Because yeah, definitely, this is definitely in the Quinn Mantha and Kshatriya line.
Yep. Especially with the quad wings holding the funnels.
Exactly. So yeah, that's interesting.
The dimensions of this thing are wild. I mean, look at this.
Just all over the place.
Yep.
Die-cast PVC, somewhat durable.
Yep. I'm
Also,
gonna assume you have to be a cyber new type or a new type to pilot this thing. Because Final,
yeah, yeah, because no one likes normies.
I guess not.
Hmm. Now, below that one, you see the Liu Bei. That proves
Yeah.
that these things are Dynasty Warriors. Because,
Oh.
yeah, because Cao Cao, Liu Bei, and Sun Jian should be the next one. But that is nice. Is nice. That is fantastic.
I'm getting God Gundam vibes from this one.
I am too. Oh, got the swords on the back too.
Nice. Oh, that pose is sick.
Okay, this is freaking awesome. I really really like these suits. Oh wow,
Destiny much?
seriously.
Is the pilot angry too?
Uh,
Is it an angry, perpetuant child in this mobile suit?
that's Liu Bei. I'm just gonna say no. He knows what he's doing. That is
Uh,
nice. That is
it
that
is
is that
nice.
is really nice.
And this is a figure. It's a metal robot spirits figure.
I would buy all of these because I mean, I love Dynasty Warriors. Um,
I really wish the game series kept going, but after Dynasty Warriors Reborn, that was like the nail in the coffin.
yeah, it's hard to find a good Gundam game. Like, and I've always said that if they could just do what Konami did with Zone of the Enders to Gundam,
Oh yeah.
you would have the perfect Gundam game. But they keep going with. I mean, I know the Versus series are pretty cool, but
Hmm.
it's like if you want a Gundam game, you want something like that. Like literally take Zone of the Enders 1 and 2, mainly Zone of the Enders 2. Take that, learn from that.
I
Take that combat system, and then with the technology we have right now, you can do so much with that. That's why I'm really wishing Konami would make a Zone of the Enders 3.
You know what I wish they would make because of the recent game that just came out for Star Wars Squadrons? Do that but with Gundam.
Oh god, that'd be awesome. I haven't played it, but I've seen the gameplay, and I'm probably gonna end up downloading it this week. Oh, my roommate, he seems to be. Oh, he's embroiled in a vicious game of League of Legends right now.
I heard it. I'm like, oh dang.
He's been having a rough couple days.
Ugh.
Yeah, he's been playing, and his teams have been bad.
I feel his pain with Dead by Daylight. I've been playing on the mobile app because I still haven't got the PC one yet, but I know the feel of getting a bad lobby.
Yeah. I mean, his screams echo into the dead of night.
Oh man. All right, moving on from the Dynasty Warriors Gundam figure talk. They just got back in stock in Big Bad Toy Store the perfect grade Double O Riser.
Oh, nice.
And I think Gilbert's ears somewhere had just perked up like who's talking about the Double O?
It's
This
nice.
looks glorious. I'm not gonna. And opening cockpit
Okay,
hatches
that's
tight.
awesome. I like that. That's cool.
Be careful not to lose that Setsuna.
You ain't gonna know.
Light up GN drives.
Nice.
The riser unit.
Nice.
I keep forgetting this dude's name.
Saji, Crossroads.
Okay, got it. Oh, that box art looks great though.
Yeah, I see
Very
that box art in some of the stores I go into, and I've seen this thing go for like $300 or $400. So that's actually,
Jeez.
yeah, that's actually cheap.
Very nice. So if you guys are a fan of Double O, you better jump on this.
You should. If you have a credit card, use it.
Alrighty.
It's what Edwin would do. No,
And
that's a lie. He wouldn't do that.
what?
I said, nah, I said it's what Edwin would do, but no, he wouldn't do that.
Alrighty. I think this is all the new stuff coming out on this website. So moving on to P Bandai. We talked about this already. And here's another figure that you would like, probably. This is a Zaku 2 F2.
Oh, nice. This is the
Oh, Earth Federation.
It's the ground combat version. It's an aggressor unit. Okay. This is the one that they use from 0083.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
this is the training one from 0083. Yep.
I do love the what?
No, I'm just looking at it. I really like that.
Oh, the effect parts.
Yeah, I like that whole thing. Oh, look at that. That's cool. I have a whole wish list on my Amazon full of these things.
Oh, better send me the link so that we could let our fans or viewers, whoever sees it, like, oh, hey, let's check out their Amazon wish list.
Yeah, so you want Edwin to love you a long time? Buy him Gundam. He might even cook for you.
Oh, we talked about these last week. You got to see this thing, man.
Hmm?
This is. Question:
Is
Is this from an SD game? That
I need to see more. Oh, oh, oh. This is a new one for me, sir.
Oh wow,
It's fighting something.
it's the Night Gundam from Dynasty Warriors Gundam.
It looks like it.
No, it is. It is the
It
Night
is the
Gundam.
Night Gundam.
So
Huh.
basically, this guy is the bad guy to Night Gundam.
I've always liked the Night Gundam design, and two,
Same.
that is
I always
awesome.
found it so random though in Dynasty Warriors 3 when he first showed up. I'm like, wait. So there's two samurais and one random knight showed up. What the heck is going on?
And it was just like, hey, you know what? Just deal with it. We don't care.
It's Gundam.
Seriously, that is. It looks like,
Such an edgy
honestly,
tagline.
know your place will die. You know what? If I had this, I could take this and put this on the D&D mat and be like, you know what?
I
This
mean,
is this is the
look at the
bad guy.
aesthetic. Look
I
at the
mean,
aesthetic. It
I mean,
belongs in D&D.
I could think a story for this. Like, if you were to compare this to some of the demons in D&D, it reminds me of a pit fiend. And if you were to look up what a pit fiend looks like, it would be that.
Hmm.
And that would work really good for D&D because it's wow.
Yeah, like Gil and I were wondering to ask you about this because with the advertising, it shows what looks like something from one of the old SD Gundam games.
Yeah, I am not familiar with this at all, to be honest with you. That's new.
Ah,
But I guess it's from the same series as the Night Gundam because you know what? I need to check something from a very long time ago because I'm going to my really old files right now, and I used to
okay.
have a screensaver of these SD Gundams, and I didn't know who they were, where they came from. I just thought it was really cool. But I wonder if I still have it because it might explain something.
I really do dig the alternate head sculpt showing the brain of this thing.
Oh yeah, it just proves that. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a Gundam. Well, how
Oh,
bad is it? Oh, it's freaking evil. It's
they'll show you
just
its brain to prove you it's evil.
seriously, it's just evil. Don't mind it. It just wants to murder your face.
got his Skeletor staff there.
I like the design. I mean, it's really dope.
Same. I really do like the how much shinier the gold is compared to anything
Yeah,
except
I
for the
know.
Phoenix.
I mean, it's more. I mean, if it's supposed to be like demonic, it's supposed to be like demons are more regal than anything else.
Yeah, you would think a knight would be.
You would think, but as you know, Gundam likes to throw everything to the wind, and I cannot find that picture. It must have been one of the pictures that got lost many many moons ago.
Dang. I am
Which
getting major like Toku Sentai villain final forms from this alternate look.
I can see that, but that is so. Oh my God, that is. I like that. That's beautiful.
If you would define Edge Lord, you would find this.
Probably,
In the
yeah.
Gundam handbook, if you were to find Edge Lord, you wouldn't find Shin or Hiro. It's this guy's face.
Yeah, pretty much. It's basically what you're looking at.
So pretty much, this is the only
Yeah.
thing new in terms of kits. So moving on, they do have some premium Bandai SD Gundam kits coming out, and this is the Legend BB Shinsei Daisho gun. Not sure what Gundam this is supposed to be based off of, but this is looking very regal.
It does. I think SDs are kind of their own thing when you look at some of them because I've seen like unicorns, phoenix, tigers. I think a lot of them, depending on what you look at, they're based off of animals.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
It is. So that kind of reminds me. It looks like that gun looks more Power Ranger-ish or
Yeah.
Sentai-ish. Oh, taking the armor off and makes
With
sense.
the armor on, it reminds me of Saint Seiya.
Yes, yes, it does. Or Ronin Warriors.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, I think just when you take it all off, it looks like a samurai. Okay,
It's
it does that.
it's a centaur.
Alrighty. Well,
Ooh, I love this.
the
Fake.
visor.
Yeah, the
I like that.
visor.
It's nice. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
transforms a little bit. That must be super ultra uber death mode.
Okay, with this chest plate, this is definitely the God Gundam
Let me
with the
see.
vents, and I recognize the feet.
Yeah, that is true. That is the
Victory
god gun.
Gundam.
Yeah.
And what the heck are you?
I wish I knew. Maybe it is based off of something. What it is, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't. I literally can't tell
I
because it
mean,
has so much gimmicks going on
go back to one of the pictures real quick. Let me see.
without the armor.
No, with the armor. Like yeah, I can't tell.
Yeah, yeah, I literally can't tell.
Well, that either means it's that good to where it's just like, it's based off of something you can't tell because it looks that damn good.
True that. Alrighty. So, with the upcoming things coming out, I'm just gonna bring up a random Gundam image here
Random Gundam
because I
image.
have two questions. We haven't had that in a while for Gundam specifically. So,
Okay.
let's bring up this image first. I'm sure many of you have seen this. Um,
That's
this
glorious.
statue in Japan. This is gonna be at the Gundam factory in Japan. And the fact that this Gundam can take a few steps and kneel down, wow. They've been working on this thing ever since the year started.
It's glorious. It's
Hmm.
beautiful. I need to go to Japan, and I regret that I missed the first two Gundams. I couldn't go and bend my knee and pay my respects.
I know the RX-78 that they had for the 30th anniversary is gone.
Yeah,
The Unicorn Gundam over at Diver Mall is still there. But this, I think, is bigger than the unicorn statue.
it's probably going to have to be considering how much technical work it has gone into it and how
And
much.
especially with it can move. It can
Hmm.
actually walk a little bit.
True, true, which is kind of goes to show what would happen in the future if they actually figured this out.
I wish they could figure it out. I would love to sign up to be a pilot.
Yeah, I'll probably be in my 70s or 80s by then. But you know what? I'd still be like, yes, I can do it. I might be out of shape, but I can do it.
You'll be the Rambo Rowell of the crew.
Just give me a goof and I'll be great. Just this is because it's no Zaku. It's no Zaku.
Alrighty, so with that said, two topics of questions. First up,
Mhm.
what series out of all Gundam do you consider to be the most underrated?
Most underrated. Give me a second. I have to process this one.
Okay.
Okay. It's a toss up.
Okay.
All right, it's two. 0083 and 083 MS Team.
Hmm. Uh, Stardust Memory and 8th MS Team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um,
Yeah,
that's
because people
interesting.
don't really talk about them all that much because those series, you didn't come across one new type. Not one.
Yeah, it was like Top Gun, but for Gundam.
Yeah, effectively, yeah. You dealt with ace pilots and you got to see, combat in two different methods. You got to see ground urban combat with ace pilots, and then you get to see space combat with ace pilots, you know.
Mhm.
And you get to see, just what actual mobile suit combat looks like with, your average everyday person, or what happens when you give, either a rookie pilot or a veteran pilot. What happens when you give them a decent suit, i.e., in 0083, you give them you have that on the Albion, the assault carrier. The GM Customs and the GM Cannons, which are
Mhm.
upgraded versions of, the gun cannon of the GMs. And then Koaraki has the Gundam, then it gets upgraded.
Yeah.
And then you have, Xeon, you have your standard Zaku, and your Dom, but you actually finally get to see what the Gelgoks can do and how
Yeah.
good they are. So you have that, and so you're dealing with a really good team of aces and everything. You're seeing, combat how it is, how fast it can be in space, and you can just see, oh, the G forces. 8th MS team, you're on the ground. So combat is much, much slower.
Yeah.
It's more methodical. If you look at some of the scenes, like one of my favorite scenes from in all of Gundam comes from 8th MS team. A couple of them. It was the sniper scene. When you have, they're in Gundams, they have a beam rifle. I need you to snipe this. It's like it's out of my range, and that whole scene of like how they had to be there, they had to set the shot up, and they had to take the shot. There wasn't no zipping around someone or quantizing. It was you had two people with a beam rifle on a mountain, and you have to take these two Zaku's out.
Mhm.
And the first one misses, the other guy almost gets hit, and then the other one takes him down. So the whole thing of tactics and that kind of stuff. That's why I think it's so underrated. Um, so that's kind of Gundam 80s. But that's why I think it's so underrated. Because it's just urban ground combat that we never got to see.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I look at it.
Alrighty. For me, I think one of the most underrated, because not many people talk about it, um, is probably because the fact that it's just the looks of the mobile suit are just so bizarre, is the Turn
Turn?
A series.
I never saw it.
Um, I think during the Gundam Online Expo, I think the Gundam Info channel was streaming the series throughout the duration of the con,
Hmm.
but now I'm not sure. But I happened to stumble upon watching it when I was in the Philippines. My cousin had a DVD that had all the episodes on it, and I watched like half of it, and it was pretty interesting. And the fact that the excuse me, the villain, his mobile suit, the Turn X,
Mm-hmm.
could do the shining finger was such a mind blowing thing to me
Hmm.
because it's like
Interesting.
Turn A is supposed to be set centuries in the future, and yeah, culminating the fact that yes, the alternate timelines do exist somehow in Universal Century.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, it was like it's odd. It's just very odd.
Is that a Turn A cosplay right there?
Where
Right next to the picture that has the two, the Turn X and Turn A. Keep going right, right. There you go.
no, that's the master grade.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I'm like, is that a cosplay? Okay.
I would have loved that if that was a cosplayer. Like
I
yes,
to date I've never seen one, but all right.
that's how underrated this series is.
I mean, I always thought the Gundam. I was just like, oh, the Gundam had a mustache. Um,
Mustache.
but I've always wanted to watch it and just give it a shot. You know.
I recommend it. I mean, I think on yeah, Amazon has the Blu-rays.
Oh, look at
Yep,
that. Okay, I'll keep that in mind then.
yep. And Bandai did make a high grade last year, so I might actually go get one.
Nice. You should. I mean, the suit. I mean, I always thought it was strange. I'm like, well, I guess it's effective for what it does. I've seen some, AMVs with it, and I see some of the fights. I'm like, okay, it can move. It's cool. All right, I like that.
And the very first time I saw the Turn A before watching some of the series in the Philippines, um, it was when I first played Dynasty Warriors Gundam, and I was
Hmm.
like, Turn A, what the heck is this? I have to play as this thing, and I have to get more stuff. Fine, fine. And then when I just saw how OP the Moonlight Butterfly was, I'm like, oh my god, my mind is blown.
And now you're making me want to watch it. Then again, I'm saying this now that I'm not going to ever watch it or something because I'm like, I don't think I feel like doing this. But
It's got two Gundam hammers.
that is
Yeah,
acceptable. That is
for
that is
in
acceptable.
its weapons loadout, it has two Gundam freaking hammers.
So it has a mustache and its whole MO is I have a mustache and I like beatings. So it
Basically.
just goes around and just says I'm just gonna give everyone beatings and
Yep.
that's all I'm gonna do and there's nothing you can do about it.
Barbados too.
Yeah, no, see oh God. Okay, see the Barbados just gave people curb stomps. There's a difference. Like, because what the Barbados did to everyone was just no, that wasn't a beating. That was a mugging. That's that's how bad it was.
No, my analogy for the Barbados or even the Barbados Lupus Rex when it did its beatings, I thought it was like Ava units in berserk mode.
When you see it fight that mobile armor, I will give you that.
Yep.
I will give you that. It does. But that was just a curb stomp slash mugging is what the Barbados does to people. It ain't right. It just ain't right.
And for another analogy for beatings in Gundam, I think that G Gundam is basically the Thanos versus Hulk moment in Infinity War.
How so?
Um, because some of the characters think that they could fight Domon, but Domon will just beat them senseless.
I understand. Yes.
Like example, um, the Nearest Gundam from the first episode, he was Hulk, and then Thanos is Domon in the Shining Gundam.
So basically, it's kind of like in any Michael Jai White movie. Everyone who wants to go and try to fight him, they just get destroyed.
That
That,
is a
that
perfect
I
analogy.
mean, it really. There's just. I mean, just the look on his face. It's just like, oh, you think you're big and bad? Uh huh. 5 minutes later, oh yeah, you're broken and bleeding. Yeah, that's
Speaking
right.
of Michael Jai White,
Hmm.
I saw something on Facebook, I think last year or 2 years ago. It's like a prison scene, and these other inmates about to jump Michael Jai White in the showers, but he just
Yep.
annihilates them. What is that from?
I don't know. I've seen it and it's hilarious.
I know.
It's like every time he gets into a fight, he's just like, "Look, guys, you don't want none of this hot fire here. Go away. No, we're gonna take you down. I'm warning you. I have issues, or I just came out the military, or I'm some type of cyborg or genetically engineered human. You don't want none of this." And then 2 minutes later, everyone's broken,
Yep.
everyone's bleeding, and everyone's lives have been irreparably destroyed by this man. Because
Alrighty.
and all he wanted to do was shave. You should just let the man shave. And now look what's happened. Now you have to eat out of a tube for the rest of your life. Congratulations.
Oh my god. That's
Uh-huh.
funny.
It's depressing because it's just like, well, you obviously must not like solid foods. That is
Alrighty.
most unfortunate.
Oh my god. Oh man. Moving on to the second question, and this question might upset Gundam fans depending on what you like.
Oh, this should be
Um,
great.
I might see the ominous glow of pitchforks in the distance from my window for my
Mm-hmm.
answer. But Edwin, what
Mm-hmm.
series do you consider to be overrated?
Hmm.
You want me to take this one?
I mean, I can. It's easier for me to tell you what series I think is garbage, but overrated. Um, I'm really having to think about this one because in my I don't think I've come across any anyone who's ever praised the series. I've been in agreement with the series. Someone could say like, oh, like for example, Seed is okay. And they'd be like, I think Seed is the greatest thing ever. I'm like, well, you're entitled to your opinion. It's a good series. But I'm trying to think because the overall majority would say that Double O is great. I love Double O. They said that
Okay.
Unicorn was great. I loved Unicorn. Um, I would say the closest thing I could say was Iron Blood Orphans, only because I hadn't seen it yet. Because
Really?
people were saying at the time they were saying this is the greatest thing ever, and I'd only watched bits and pieces of it. I'm just like, I don't see the appeal because it's one of the next to 08080. It's one of the only Gundam series that didn't catch me with the trailer. It didn't catch me with some of the fight scenes, and I'm just like, I don't know. But then I watched it, and I'm just like, oh, this is good. This is really good.
At first,
So,
I thought it was as well because everyone at the time when it came out was raving about it
mhm,
until I watched it. Um, like with any anime series, the first couple episodes are a slow burn because they're getting into it, right?
right.
But and I have to praise the English dub cast because I hadn't watched a Gundam series in English since Destiny
Oh wow. Okay.
because um, at the time the Destiny cast was good, and then I wasn't really a fan of the Double O cast of the English dub. I wasn't a, and then when I saw the dub for Unicorn, I was just it let me down, to be honest. And anything that had come out of Gundam in English before Iron Blooded Orphans and basically in between Double O to Iron Blooded in English for Gundam, I did not bother because I got let down by it until I watched IBO.
Okay. Okay. I can kind of understand that. I mean, the voice acting, I will agree with you. The voice acting in um, Unicorn wasn't the best. I'll give you that one.
Like what
Uh,
killed it for me for the English cast of Unicorn was the fact that they were not able to get the original voice of Char back from the English dub.
that concerned me as well.
Because it's like, oh, he says he's a clone of Char. You would think they would get the same guy.
Yeah, you think so?
Like I had gotten used to the English voice of Benager and Marita by that point because of Dinosaur Wars Gundam 3. But when I heard the English voice in the game for Full Frontal, I was like, oh no, what have they done?
Well, the voice for Benager is the same voice actor who does Toshiro Hitsugaya from Bleach and Shiro Amada from 8th MS Team.
Really, Shiro?
Yep, that's
I
him.
had no idea.
Imagine how I felt when I was listening to Toshiro, and I'm just like, why does he sound familiar? And I'm like, my God, that's Shiro Amada from 8th MS Team.
Nice.
So,
And
yeah, so that's for me. Like when it comes to voice actors, I'm like, okay, if I know you from Gundam or series, I'm like, okay, I know you can act. It's like, okay, I'll listen. It's like, all right, you're good, you're good. If not, it's like, okay, you've had an off series, bruh. Sorry.
like, I knew Brad Swale, Ketra, was Setsuna, and I was just like, I don't think I like this guy because it's like he's like the character. I didn't think I liked the character of Setsuna because he was like I was getting too much of hero vibes, and because of the fact I knew of Brad from being Ketra, who is the most upbeat of like the second upbeat person in the Wing group,
Hmm.
and the title to that goes to Scott McNeil's duo. But
Well,
yeah, I didn't really like the way that well, and it's also with the casting director that says it should be this way, of course.
well, with Brad Swell, I mean, he was also Amuro. So for
Yeah, when you
me,
told me
list,
that in
yeah.
our Endless Waltz commentary, I was like, oh my god, wait, what?
So for me, knowing Amuro's personality and how dark he got, so when he was Setsuna, I was like, okay, I can see this because yeah, Catcher was upbeat, but Amuro was just he was going through some shit. So and Setsuna is just like, yeah, he's gone through some shit, and he's like, how you doing, Setsuna? Gundam. Oh, okay. So you having a good day, huh? I am Gundam. Oh, okay. Well, good on you, Setsuna. Have a good day. Gundam. All right. There you go. Gundam thanks you. Oh, okay. Um, so yeah, I think it fit because I've heard him as a character that's brooding, um, and is quite frankly as broken as Amuro because Setsuna is a basket case.
Yeah, I mean,
Not as
child
bad as
soldier.
Shin, but close
Hey,
enough.
hey, hey now.
Oh please, Shin is insane. Shin has I don't. I'd be here all day if I. I mean, he has one. He has PTSD, a severe
Major
case of
PTSD.
PTSD. He should have never been allowed to become a pilot. He should be. I wouldn't even trust him around an animal or around cutlery.
All the more when he saw his sort of girlfriend get murdered right in front of him.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's. Yeah, damn it, Shin.
Hey, at that point, I blame Kira still, because Shin had it under control until Kira showed up. And that's
Kira.
when hell broke loose.
No, no, he started. Shin was looking for something, and then he was like, "Okay, I'm a good pilot. I got the Gundam. I'm fighting. There's Atherin, and then the chairman was like, "Yeah, good Shin, good boy. You're doing a great job." And Atherin's like, "Yeah, Durando's evil. I'm leaving." And Shin's like, "But I don't get it. We can all come back." Honestly, I blame Ray. If it wasn't Ray, Ray just kept saying, "Sure, you."
And just to clarify, not Star Wars Ray, Gundam Ray.
Yes, yes, exactly. Ray was just like, no, no, Shin, you need to do this. No, Shin, you need to do
Listen
that. Because,
to
like,
Emperor Durandal
pretty much.
with
Because,
his
like,
throne.
in that one episode, it's like, Atherin hops in that goof and is trying to get away. Shin is in the desk. He had just got the Destiny, and he's, like, trying to talk him down. And what's Ray doing? Trying to murder Atherin the entire time. Shin's like, no, we can take him back. You can, come on back, Arthur, it'll be okay. And then Atherin's like, no, Shin, I'm not coming back. And Ray is just like, die, die, die.
Yeah, in terms of insanity, Ray is more crazier than Shin.
Yeah, well, they both have issues. That's why Destiny was, whew. was okay serious. It's just that there's sometimes that's just like, okay, all right, here we go.
Alrighty. This answer of mine just might make a lot of people angry with me and just scream, but you love this series more than anything. It is Wing.
Say
At,
Wing is overrated.
at sometimes, yes, because whenever I do talk to some people at con,
Um,
the first thing they go to is Wing.
well, it's kind of hard because Wing was the first
Yes,
that we ever got.
that
So
you were all exposed to.
for people like us, who, the first thing we ever got was Wing, and I remember this is late '99. I was in the 8th grade,
Fourth
so
grade for me.
right. So this is late '99 for me. So this is what we got, and then I think that next summer we got the original gun that came out
Yeah.
during that next summer. But the thing is that it's kind of hard to say it's overrated because like when you start off with something, you're like, that's the taste in your mouth. That's what you started with, and everything has to compare to it. I'm not gonna lie, watching Gundam, then going to the original Gundam was not easy.
Yeah.
It was not. I was like, oh, the original Gundam. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Like, why does the animation look so old?
Yeah, and then after a while, you get older. You're like, oh, I understand.
Yeah. Like, to make an analogy, like, example, Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we started with Mighty Morphin.
Right, right.
Many people did.
Mm-hmm.
But looking back and rewatching some of it, removing your nostalgia for it, a lot of the episodes don't hold up compared to, like, example, one episode in Dino Thunder, Fighting Spirit. That was good.
Oh yeah, when Tommy had to go and get his soul back from his 3 Ranger incarnations.
Yeah, because he got in like a coma basically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That was a really fantastic episode. Um, yeah, 2004, good times.
But
But
yeah, like you know what I mean?
yeah, I understand completely.
And like let's see. So yeah, that was pretty much my analogy for it. It's like it may be the first that many have seen, and I recently rewatching Wing on and off, it kind of goes up and down in me. Like I can sometimes I think that Seed is overrated, and sometimes I think Wing is overrated. It's odd. It just fluctuates. I don't
Hmm.
know.
You're having a Shin moment. It's okay. It's fine. It'll pass.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I wonder about you sometimes, Marvin. I really do.
Oh my god. But and I do have a third question.
Uh-oh.
Um, for a ground type mobile suit, like no, yeah, specifically a ground grunt mobile suit, what would
Mm-hmm.
be your go-to
Just
from
for
from
ground combat?
yeah, ground combat from any series? Like if you're assigned in a faction,
Mm-hmm.
like what would you take?
I'm pulling up the files in my head right now. If I were to go with, in general, how the suit's designed and what it's designed to do in terms of just straight ground combat, it would depend on the terrain and the situation.
Mhm.
Because if we're, in a situation where, like most Gundam series, wide open, whatever, oh, I take a Dom any day of the week.
Okay. So you
Because
want like a high speed unit?
yeah, because it has a good, it's high speed. For projectile weapons, it has a good amount of armor, so it can take a hit.
Yeah, I can tank.
Be- Beam weapons, well, yeah, you're screwed. um, but yeah, I'd go for a Dom. Um, Another ground combat suit. Like the
I'm
Dom's the
surprised you didn't
first.
say GM.
Well, that's the thing. A GM is no GM. The GM lines are good suits. Don't get me wrong. But if I were to take let's I mean, let's go as far as 0083. Okay, you
Okay.
take the. I think at the time we had the GM RX-78. I mean RX. Yeah, the RX-7. RGM-79. I think it was the GMC at the time. You take that and give me a Dom Trop. I take the Dom Trop
Okay.
because weapons loadouts will be pretty much the same. Um, but it'd be a little bit different. Now if you were to like break up the for scenarios, for example, now if you're like, okay, if you were in ground combat, urban combat, um, what would you do? I take a GM Sniper 2. I take a GM Sniper 2 any day of the week for sniping.
Okay.
And if you were to look up the stats for the thing, you'll understand why. So yeah, yeah, that'll probably be me. Give me a Dom. You give me a Dom Trop, um, a GM Sniper 2, and you know what? Just to kind of round it out a bit, because I know they're so versatile, give me a GM 3, and I'll be good to go.
Hmm. Okay.
Because then that'll pretty much, yep, there you go.
Oh
Because
boy.
that'll pretty much round out what I need to do in terms of ground mobility, stuff like that. So yeah, ground combat. If you said, "Oh, what would you pick?" You'd be like, "All right," because those three regular suits uh would cover, I think, all the bases for ground. Honestly, because they can be equipped with, even if they're being attacked from the air, they can still be like, for example, the GM 3 can be equipped with heavy missile launcher capabilities.
Mhm.
GM Sniper can snipe. Dom Trop not so great at fighting the air. I mean, with you have your machine gun, but your that large 380 millimeter bazooka, not so much.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's kind of it's kind of where my head is on that one.
Okay. Hmm. Alrighty.
How about you?
As for me, for ground combat, I would probably go with if MS Team styled. Uh,
Okay.
I can't spell apparently.
Oh, the
The ground
RGMG.
Gundam. Yeah, the RX-79G.
Oh, I
Um.
don't know. I know you could go with ground. You said ground mobile suits. I know you meant like we could choose a Gundam.
Oh shoot. I
Oh, it's fine. It's okay.
but like it's like you're almost at RX-78. You're
Okay.
almost there, but your loadout is pretty much versatile. Like you can
True.
carry so much on you compared to the RX-78 too.
True.
Like they had to send out weapon loadouts at a time to hit to Amuro, but with the backpack, you could store ammo. You could store like like your beam rifle, your and uh and also the fact that you have a chest Vulcan and you have the Vulcans up top on the head unit.
True. True. Also, it has a more powerful generator and it's designed for ground combat versus the RX-78, which is multi-purpose, so it
Mhm.
moves better. It's kind of the reason why the regular Zaku's they came to Earth and they were okay, but then they had to redesign the Zaku's. I think it was the J version, the Zaku J, which had um, a more powerful generator, but they removed the rocket thrusters and put actual like boosters on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the J type Zaku. There you go.
Yep. There we go.
That is correct.
Yep. Alrighty. So I do believe that's all the questions that I have for this time.
Uh,
Um, it was a bit of a longer show, surprisingly, even though we are down a teammate.
true. We're pushing an hour and an hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not bad
So,
though.
with that said, I will provide links to the stores that have upcoming Gundam stuff. as well as our social media accounts for you to follow us at, as well as the Spotify link. And with that said, this has been Off the Runner, a Gundam and Gunpla Codplast.
Cod
I
Plast. Oh,
can't,
let's just stop this for a second. Cod Plast.
I can't
That's
English.
where we are. See, I told you. This just
broken
proves it.
in,
2020, man. This year, it's getting to people.
broken English.
Yeah, Cod Plast. Yeah,
So I
that's
guess
gonna go in my quote of the day. Thank you.
I expect the Facebook quote in the next 15 minutes.
Yes, because English is hard and we can't speak good.
Oh man.
Would you like to try it again, sir?
Yes.
Please do.
This has been Off the Runner, a Gundam and Gunpla podcast.
There we
And
go.
as always, this has been your host, MVious Cosplay, and with me is.
Bucket Night 359.
Alrighty, everybody. And you can pretty much add broken English and can't English to the Apocalypse Bingo for October.
This is true.
So, alrighty, everybody. See you next time. Bye bye.
Later.